Hi, this is Chris Murata with another switch adapting video. I know it's been a long time, but I was at Five Below today and I picked up this LED starlight projector. I don't know how this will work out to be switch adapted, but it is a battery operated light that requires two AA batteries and has an on and off switch. So that means we could probably adapt it to have a mono jack to be switch activated. So let's open this up and see what we got going on. A lot of packaging. So inside we have this nice looking bulb. I don't know if it's plastic or glass, but we can see at the bottom it has an on and off switch and a battery compartment. Out of the way. Let's see how this thing works. Put the batteries in, and oh, I had it on. So there you go. It's very fancy. Let's see if I turn off my lights, what that actually looks like. All right, cool. All right, let's see if it could be adapted. Turn this light back on. Let's turn this off a second. Now, it does not look like it has any screws, so let's take this off. These batteries out here. Put them aside. So there are no screws, but it looks like it can be easily removed. So let's see about popping this off and exposing what the inside looks like. Oh, okay, not bad. So we have a glass bulb and we have this light, looks like one LED connected to the battery pack, and here's the on and off switch. Oh, seems like it might be a very simple thing to do here. So this is some hot glue. I guess I should go get the hot glue gun to put this back together again. But what I'm concerned about looking at this is that when this is flat, how are we going to have this wire come out? So I think what we'll probably have to do is cut a little bit of this plastic off so we could thread the wire through after it's put together. Now, let's see if I could do that now. Take some of this plastic off for the wire. I'm using my flush cutters here. Little gap here where this wire will be. I'll use my shorter one so we could just test it. So if this was in here, can I still close this? Maybe, maybe not. Well, won't look pretty, but it will close. Maybe we cut a little bit of this part off too. Right. Might do the trick. We're definitely going to have to get some hot glue to keep this stuff together again. Alright, so our test fit looks good. Now, let's see if we could run the adaptation. So I'm going to pull this off and get our wires ready to attach to the white and the black on the switch that's already here. Let's see, we'll get this ready. It definitely has to be short, but we also want it that it's not going to come out. So I'm going to loop one of these around here. So we have a knot that will go inside. And on this end, again, I'll get these wires ready. We'll take this foil off here. This thing is so tricky. These shielded wires are tricky with this silver foil that's covering the white wire. All right, here we go. I found it. Got it exposed. All right, wire is exposed. We have a copper on one end, white on the other, and let's get this stripped on the white end. And twist that so it's nice and tight. Looks good. Do another test fit here. Remember, we're going to be attaching one copper to the black and one copper to the white. We have some tight space here, so we might have to cut down this copper wire a little bit, and definitely that white wire. Just get them nicely tight. Makes it definitely easier to deal with later on. Let's look at our solder points. Nice and small, it seems. We can technically cut this white wire here or strip it, and this black here and strip it, which might be a better bet since we're dealing with very small solder points. So what I'm going to actually try to do is, I don't think I have enough wire to strip it and put it back together again. But I am going to try to just take a little bit of this casing off without destroying it. All right, here we go. So I exposed some of that wire. Let's try to do it on this side. A little fragile. I'm so happy these are not falling apart on me. Oop, and that one did, but that's okay. So we'll just expose what's underneath. One, and again, we can go the route to go right to the switch, but we're going to try it this way. And if anything, we put some new wire on there. All right, so, and yeah, it kind of looks like it might fit. So you'll put it back together again. Okay, so let's do this first. Get our soldering iron ready. Soldering iron is heating up. I'm making a little bit of a mess here. Get our solder ready. Give some space here. See if we could get these black wires to come back together again. Ooh, it's going to be tight. These are when needle nose pliers come in handy. I'll try with my crimpers here. Maybe not. I might have to use some wire to fix this. Some of these toys are made with limited materials. Makes it hard to hack sometimes. The worst one is probably bubble makers. The wires in there are so fragile. Okay. Since we're in here, let's just do a little bit of a repair. We'll solder these points, put some tape on them. It's one. And here's the other one. Remember, it's important to make sure you're not have those batteries in there, otherwise we might have a little malfunction. And I'll get this prepped here. So we'll do white to white. And since I have that part exposed here, I'm going to just take my white wire, wrap it around, and twist. I'm gonna solder this point right there. And the other one, will connect to the other wire. Looks like we're gonna have to make the repair first. Get this wire together so it doesn't fall apart. Soldered that point. I can use my helping hands at this point, but it'd be hard to do since everything's very close together. I'll solder this point together. Clean this up. And oof, smoking. I think all our points, doesn't look pretty, but all our points look like they're soldered. I'll put some tape on that in a second. Just make sure that this thing works still. Put those batteries in. Make sure it's on off. Two of the same batteries. Okay, let's see if it turns on with the, yep, that still turns on. We'll plug in a switch here and test it with the switch, and on. Cool. Alright, now the trick is putting it all back together. So we have a wire that doesn't necessarily fit and a bunch of parts that we have to tape together again. Get some tape. We'll tape up these joints. No chance of anything touching something else while it's in there. Each of those solder points, cover them up. Okay. Again, still works. Now I'm going to try to close this back up. So this is ready. Take the bulb, put it back on top. And voila. Now, the only thing left to do is put some hot glue in there. Make sure that piece doesn't come apart. Test it one more time. And we now have a 5 below LED starlight projector that has been switch adapted. Thanks for watching.